Carlos Slim is the world's second wealthiest man. In fact, he is the owner of America Mobile, which is, of course, a telecom company for the majority of Latin American countries. And recently he did a speech for the annual conference of the Catholic Association of Latino Leaders. And he had some advice for success, financial success. He talks about how it probably makes more sense to have a 3-day work week as opposed to, in some cases, a 7-day work week or a 5-day work week. And the reason why he does that is because he wants people to live a more meaningful life where they get to spend time with their families and get to be a little more intellectually curious as opposed to robots that are constantly working.
Yeah, okay, so now it's a little bit of a trade-off. He says in those 3 days you'd work slightly longer hours.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 hours or so, right? And it's a new idea that he came up with actually first a month ago, and he's reintroducing it now. So we can work out the details, right? And that you wouldn't retire until 70 or 75. So you're gonna work longer over the stretch of your life in that sense. But only work 3 days. So would you take that deal, Anna?
I personally wouldn't, because I enjoy the schedule I have now and I enjoy working. I think I would probably come in a little later because I love my mornings and I want to spend my mornings with myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, no, I personally wouldn't. But I live in my bubble where I love my job. Other people have a completely different situation. So I would definitely support this plan for other people.
JR, 3-day work week. What's your thoughts?
Where's the question? I mean, if we're gonna go specific to our own jobs, we work 10-hour days anyway.
Yeah.
So we might as well do it in 3 days.
Okay, now, as the boss here, I vote no. Okay. Now, having said that, which American is gonna vote no, like, except like a couple of percentage points?
Right.
Well, forget Americans. Across the world, if you say to people, hey, would you rather work 8 hours for 5 days or 10 hours for 3 days? Like, if I didn't like my job, or if I was just like, if I didn't love my job, I'd be like, oh, 3 days. I can do math. Okay, that's 10 hours less. And God, a 4-day weekend.
I actually.
Every week, are you
Right,
crazy?
and that's the other thing too. You don't, obviously, as you two can easily attest, you don't have to take a 4-day weekend. You guys don't take a 2-day weekend.
Yeah.
So just because it's not like you don't have to do your whole week of 5 days. If you're gonna overwork yourself, have at it. Nobody's gonna say, you know what, you could do it from the fucking computer and go sit on the beach. You'll be okay.
Yeah. So you're saying if you're a workaholic, you're allowed to be a workaholic. Carlos Slim isn't gonna lock you up. He's just saying that, and normally you'd have a 3-day work week. And maybe if we lived in that world, we'd all get used to it. We'd be like, 5 days? Are you insane? That's a majority of the week. Then you're spending your life working and doing drudgery rather than enjoying your life. And we're on this planet to enjoy our life. Maybe we'd have that attitude. And then people would be like, oh, that's interesting. Now, I'm going to needlessly ask Jesus here for...
Oh, gee.
I have 2 questions for you, Jesus Godoy. Okay, number 1, a 3-day work week. ¿Quién es más macho? 3-day work week. But you got to work till 70 or 75, or 5-day work week, only 8 hours, and you retire at 65.
Yeah, why even bother asking? Come on.
Okay,
It's
all right.
too easy.
Fair enough.
All right, but the second question is, Carlos Slim, now the second, he used to be the richest man in the world for a while.
He's slipping.
He's slipping.
He's only worth $72 billion.
$72 billion. Jesus, we hired you here because you're Mexican, and stereotypes about Mexicans, they're all connected. Right? So, Jesus, where's our $72 billion at, man? Forget the Soroses of the world. Where's Slim money?
I know. Part of the package is getting a cell phone through him, and then get in, and then he's gonna help us out.
Oh, so okay, I got it.
worry.
So what you're doing instead is selling us his cell phone.
Exactly. Don't
Okay,
worry.
I don't see how.
I have the cheapest phones.
Okay, 3-day work week seems to have won the crowd. It's an interesting idea, not one we're likely to go to in America anytime soon. But God bless Carlos Slim for coming up with an imaginative idea that even I vote against.